doing. Only by voting for me can you save your country and can you save your Second Amendment. So I was told not to go for Virginia. We did really well last time, and I never came, I never did anything, and we did really well. I said, why didn't I go for Virginia? But it's traditionally not a Republican state over the last number of decades. And I said, why not? You have a crazy governor. You have a governor that thinks he's Michael Jackson. Remember, his wife saved him. Remember, he wanted to prove that he was just dressed up like Michael Jackson, and that he sometimes thought when he was young that he resembled Michael Jackson. I don't think so. And you remember he wanted to moonwalk across the stage, and his wife said, no, no, don't do it, darling. Don't, please, darling. Nobody moonwalks like Michael. That would have been good. I wish I could have seen that. That would not have been pretty. If I'm not here, your Second Amendment is gone, and I'm talking about all over the country. Forget about just Virginia. So I said, let's give Virginia a shot. We're nearby. Right? We're nearby. I even said we'll bring in the heavy artillery. We'll bring in our great Vice President, Mike Pence. Did he do a good job? I'll tell you what, Kamala is no Mike Pence. She's no Mike Pence. No, he's great. He's done a fantastic job, and he's with you all the way. So I said, let's give it a shot. And, you know, there's a big difference. I tell you what, there's never been a bigger difference between candidates or parties. Never been. No party that supports, as an example, what he would do to a child after it was born is fit to be even involved in any way in this nation, let alone running this nation. As you know, Sleepy Joe Biden endorsed your governor. So that means he endorsed the policy of your governor. That means he endorsed breaking up your Second Amendment. So it'll either be totally broken up or it will be, you know, wiped out. Essentially, it won't be that much different. So here we are in Virginia, like I had nothing to do today. I woke up at 6 in the morning. I read some papers. Oh, I read the fake news. And then I was in Florida early in the morning, and then I went to Florida, and we did a big round table with the Hispanics. They were great. And then we flew to Atlanta from Florida, Palm Beach, and then we started off in all different places. We were all. And then we went, but I will say this, nobody has done more for many communities, but I always say for the black community, nobody has done more for the black community than Donald Trump since Abraham Lincoln. Nobody. So we flew to Atlanta, and we had an unbelievable 2 hours, and this was with the African-American community, the black community. I always say, what do you like better? Tell me what you like better. They say, usually the black community. And what is the answer? Tell me, African-American. I'm not listening. I don't want to hear from other people. I want to hear African-American. What do you like better, African-American or black community? It's black. Yeah, that's what we hear. I'll go with whatever you want. That's your choice. We can use either one. I'll go with whatever you want. We had really a great 2 hours. Incredible people. Herschel Walker introduced me. Serious guy. We had a lot of champion fighters, a lot of great people. It was an amazing time. And then we flew to Washington, where we had a round table. And then I say, well, that's it for the night, right? You know, this starts at 6 in the morning. So I said, that's it for the night. Is that it? I'll go back home to the White House. No, sir. Well, what? You're going to Virginia, sir. Oh, good. Oh, that's good. Thank you very much. This was like, I asked a question about an hour ago. Where am I going now? Put me in, Coach. You ever hear the expression? Just one. He said, hey, would you rather have a nice guy that doesn't do anything or a horrible human being like Trump that gets it done? They all say, I'd rather have the horrible human. I'm not a horrible human. I'm a nicer guy. I always get very offended when they say about, like, well, maybe people don't like him, but he gets everything done. I think people like me, but I do get it done. That's for sure. Done more than any administration ever in 3.5 years, first 3.5 years. That's so nice. I'll tell you, that is so nice. That is so nice. The first you talk about the seating, don't worry about the justice will get her seat. Don't worry about that. And that's nice. But you know, they say, these people said, they've never heard a political campaign where a big audience says, we love Trump or the candidate. I've never heard it. I've never heard it. It's true. I've never heard it for Ronald Reagan, and I like Ronald Reagan, but I've never heard it. And they've never heard it. Nobody's ever heard it. Who says that? But I love you, too. I really do. No, they've never heard that chant. I've never heard it. And it started about 2 weeks ago. I've never heard it even before. But again, before... I want to thank you. It's really nice. It's really nice. And we've got to go out and we've got to really work hard. And we've got to watch this ballot scam because they're scamming us, okay? They're scamming us. And then they say, he doesn't want to turn over government. Of course they do. But it's got to be a fair election. You know, see, that's another scam. They don't mention anything about ballots. I say, got to be a fair election. When they're losing ballots all over the place, when they're losing ballots that just happen to be Trump from Massachusetts. You have the rhino governor. You know the rhino governor of Massachusetts, right? Baker. He's a rhino, but I guess he does whatever he can to get elected. The Democrat Party is now run by socialists and Marxists who want to destroy our laws, our values, and want to destroy your way of life. To uphold our Constitution as written tomorrow, I will be announcing my nominee to the United States Supreme Court. Fill that seat. Oh, we're going to fill it. Don't worry about it. And the Republicans have been very unified. You see that? Very unified. Even a couple of people that normally don't vote with us, you know, they usually don't vote with the Republicans, but they are. And we have tremendous unity in the party. Mitch is doing a good job. Kevin is doing a good job. We're going to take over the House. We're going to take back the House. People are tired of crazy Nancy. They're tired. We want to get some stimulus out. She doesn't want to give it. She just does only for political reasons. Not your fault. You know whose fault it is? China's fault. That's whose fault it is. That's whose fault it is. But, you know, it's an amazing thing because the Democrats are saying, well, it's the end of a term. And because, you know, we have a lot of time left. Think of this. If it were them, don't forget, we don't have to do it by the election, but we should be really able. That would be a great victory. Going into the election with that biggest of all victories. You know, they say the biggest thing you can do is the appointment of judges, but especially the appointment of Supreme Court justices. That's the single biggest thing a president can do. Because it sets the tone of the country for 40 years, 50 years, I mean a long time. So we're going to be announcing somebody great. I just think that, you know, I just watched. The great thing about Air Force One, there are more televisions on that plane than any plane. They got them in every room, and you open up for a closet. You want a shirt. Let me open. Oh, there's a television. And I'm watching the Democrats saying how terrible it is that we're appointing. We have the right. We won the election, right? That we have the right. We won the election. Great jobs and a limitless future for all Americans. It's so true. And in conclusion, I love you people, but I've been doing this since early in the morning. I'm getting the hell out of here. I would only do this for Virginia. I got a guy, he stays in his damn basement all day long, and I'm doing this. I don't know. If he wins, I'm going to be very embarrassed. I'll say, gee, I worked so hard, and he didn't work at all. No, we're going to win. I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win big. I think we're going to win bigger than anyone understands. I think there's a vote out there. There's a hidden vote out there. The pollsters are fake. They're controlled by the same people that write the bad stories, the fake stories. Over the next 4 years, we will make America into the manufacturing superpower of the world, and we will end our reliance on China once and for all. We will hire more police, increase penalties for assaults on law enforcement, and we will ban deadly sanctuary cities, ban them. We will uphold religious liberty, free speech, and the right to keep and bear arms, Virginia.